Oh my God, can't even cope.
Yay! Oh my God, I'm so excited. So, welcome to Can't Even Cope, the podcast. It is me, Kate Teresa. So I am so freaking excited because today we're going to talk about my experience on the TV show Bogans, and I have my freaking awesome friend Ruby with me today because this woman was with me from day dot. And you've always believed in me. I remember you actually saying something really funny about how marketable I am.
Yes, I've always said it from the very beginning. You wouldn't let me be your manager, but no. Bogans, let's talk about it because, I mean, you put a photo up on Instagram this morning. It's really the photo that introduced New Zealand to who Kate Mate was. And you got reamed.
Oh, absolutely reamed and roasted.
I mean, I've got some of my favorites here. I couldn't find them all because it was a couple of years ago, but one of them was, I don't see a mouth, just a can opener.
Oh my God. Do you know what? That actually, honestly, I think that started my whole complex with my lips, and then I ended up getting lip filler because I had so much insecurities about it from that stupid comment.
And people were not kind.
No.
Exactly.
There was like 200 comments of just straight abuse. Like straight abuse. People are such assholes.
Do you know what the best thing about that is, though? I couldn't even tell you one of the names of the other 3 dudes that were on there.
I know.
I mean, who? What are their names? And they were a bunch of nerds anyway.
No, and even they took the piss out of me publicly on Facebook for everyone to see. Like, it just shows.
She's not a real bogan.
I know. And actually, do you know what's really funny? There was this one episode that one of the guys, they were like at this place called Wash World. So some of you who are like from Hamilton, you will know this. Wash World is like a place where cool guys go and they all take their cars and they hang out at nighttime and drink booze and do whatever they do. And he was wearing this like leather black jacket and it had like a Sons of Anarchy patch. You guys know the show Sons of Anarchy, right? And he goes, "You can't get more bogan than this." And I literally died in my seat. I was like, wow, like, I don't think you know what you're talking about there, buddy.
Yeah, did you buy that off the Sons of Anarchy website, nerd?
I just thought it was so funny because I didn't go on that show to be a bogan or to be like, I'm the coolest bogan out. Like, these people were like to me, "Do you want to be on this TV show?" I'm like, "What's it about?" "Yes, sign me up, I'm in." I didn't even care about what it was at that time in my life. I just really wanted to be on TV. And so me being me, I saw it as a great opportunity to just be like, yes, I'm going to be on TV.
I also think another point, you know, one of the comments was, "Looks like a soaked rabbit." I think people need to remember that you're at the burnouts. And it's the burnouts, people.
It was raining. It was actually raining as well. Like, okay, go look at the photo on my Instagram, and like, that is the photo. That's the photo that they think I look like. It was a soaked rabbit. It was a drowned rabbit or a soaked rabbit. I'm like, my hair is wet because it's raining. To be fair, I had been on acid all night the night before, so I wasn't really looking my best. But like,
I'd like to point out something as well that will just change everyone's lives. Smash it, the catchphrase you're known around New Zealand for, was actually your boyfriend at the time saying, I'm not joking, everybody, he had a hat printed saying "smash it." It was his catchphrase, and Kate was just drunk and out of it, and she went, "Smash it," because that's what he said all the time. And all of a sudden, he's never been more quiet about that being his catchphrase as soon as that came out.
That is so funny, and everybody thought it was mine. I would be out and about and people would see me and then go, "Smash it." I'm just like, shit, I was so drunk that day. I wish I never said that because now
it could have been so much cooler.
I know. Oh my gosh, what an experience.
So talk us through filming, because I know you didn't do many scenes with the 3 other bogans, and they didn't really like you anyway. But can I just quickly say, when you're watching videos of them having their birthday party, that's very tame, and nobody even seemed drunk, and they're very polite and respectful of the area around them. And I just was like, what is this crap?
It is so not bogan at all.
I mean, you were more bogan and you're not even a bogan.
But you know what's funny? When you don't try, when you don't try too hard to do things, you just naturally just be who you are. You just like, it's just so, I just find it so ridiculous to place a freaking label. Like, I'm a this, I'm a that. I just find it so funny. But Yeah, you go.
Sorry, carry on. I'm just getting excited now. I've remembered all the times.
I never filmed with them apart from, I think it was at the tattoo competition when they were there and we were there and the film crew. Just so you guys know, reality TV, it's not necessarily reality. Like, they made me do things that I wasn't even doing anyway. So they said to me, go and sit with these guys that are watching this like medieval fighting, which is so far from what I'm fucking interested in doing. I have no desire.
So bogan.
Yeah, I know. I have no desire to sit down and watch grown ass fucking men fight each other with wooden swords. I'm like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And then anyway, so they told me to go sit with these guys, and I'm like, full bleach blonde hair, like full makeup and my like sexy outfit, sitting with these guys that I don't even know, pretending to be their friend for the TV show. And they didn't say a word to me. Like, they absolutely did not like the fact that I was on that TV show. Which I think,
and Bogans would have been nothing without Kate Mate anyway, let's be realistic.
Like, I think it was a fucking terrible TV show, even with me on it. But if there wasn't a female on there, like, what would you have had? Absolutely nothing. And
just watching a bunch of nerds, ugh, it was ridiculous.
I know.
And actually, one of the what could have been the best episode of the whole show, they didn't even show on the TV show. And so we'll just give them a quick recap. I don't know the name of the river. Can you just remind me of what the name of the river was?
I can't remember.
Just at a Rotorua somewhere.
It was
you were like, let's go. We're going to go on the show. We're just going to take some beers and get a tire tube, and we'll float down this river. I was thinking, I'll get a cheese platter, I'll take some cheese and crackers. It's going to be delightful. So that was really nice for about the first 35 seconds. And then all our beers went overboard. And just to give you an idea of how rough and how fast the river was, if you were standing in your ankles,
that's right,
you couldn't stand up.
That's so
how hard
strong.
Out the current was. And it's really nice to know how I react in an emergency, because I remember coming around the corner and there being that like mini waterfall drop. Yeah. And in an emergency, I threw my tire tube and clung to a tree on the side of the river, just crying.
It was
and I think
awful.
we actually had to abandon it. And then we got out and we had to walk the rest of the way because we literally almost died. I know people say literally a lot, but we actually almost died.
Actually, and not to mention how fucking cold was that water. It was like ice cold. And I remember, I can't even remember half the people that were there with us, but there was one guy who put his foot in and then he was like, fuck this. And he bailed before we even started. And I'm like, he's actually really smart, because honestly, I remember when we got to the point where I was like, fuck this, like, I am getting out of here before I literally die. And there was this massive tree trunk in the middle of the river, and I grabbed onto it like this with my feet and my legs, and
fucking koala.
It was like the current was pulling me one way, but then I was trying to get out the other way, and it almost sucked me under, and it was so scary. I remember we were all bleeding, we had cuts and bruises. It was honestly awful.
As we were floating down the river, we had to hold our hot fingers over holes, because our tire tubes got holes in them from the sticks.
Everything popped. The beer was lost. Cigarettes were wet. It was terrifying. And actually, there was this one part where we went. You know how there was? Do you remember all the blackberry? I think it was blackberry bushes. I think that's what they're called. And we came up to this one bit, and I remember the blackberry got caught in my nose like this, and I was like, ah! And I was like, it was like dragging me back, and the car was dragging me forward. It was so, I was genuinely terrified. It was not a good time. And we
literally had to be like, we're going to go through the blackberry bush because we can't go under it because there's nowhere to get out. So we just had to go through it, ripped us to shreds. And I was telling my mother about it. I can't remember the name of the river. But Mum said, oh, well, you had your life jackets on. That's the main thing. And I was like, oh, my God, why did we not wear life jackets? And then we got out and the guy was so disappointed. We didn't have a GoPro so he could witness our deaths. Yeah. But then they didn't even show the episode. I wanted compensation, I'm telling you.
I know. I just did not think that was okay. That would have been the funniest episode out of all of them. Like, Kate Mate and
that
friends
got you
almost
a season
died.
2.
Yeah.
That would have got a season 2.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think about what other episodes there were.
The jelly wrestling.
Oh my God, the jelly wrestling.
You can't not talk about the jelly wrestling. I kept telling you not to look at yourself, and I've looked at myself about 10 times now.
Oh, have you? Oh God, I'm glad it's not just me then. I feel less bad about doing it.
So the jelly wrestling, I mean, if we break it down, I did that for you because you said no one had volunteered to do it.
Yeah.
I did not want to do it, but I did. And I'd also like to point out, I'd just broken up with a real dicky boyfriend, so I was not in the mood to be filmed on television.
No.
So we did that. I mean, people that were at the party were even making fun of us. Do you remember?
Oh, it was like, that was just such a fucked up episode. Honestly, it's so hard to remember. I must have been drinking that day because I feel like it's such a blur. I think I might have had to go work that night. Yeah.
We were drinking. And also you said to me, can you please let me win? And I thought, yeah, I'll let you win. And you're like, it's my TV show, please let me win. And I thought, for sure. And then the first bell went and you basically attacked me. And I thought, well, I'm not going to look like a fool on national television. Like, I would have done a couple little polite throws, but I'm not going to look like an idiot.
Oh my God, I remember. You are so strong. And both of us are tiny. Like, I'm 4'11", and you're literally the same height as me, right? Like, we're pretty much the same. Right. And we're both tiny.
I'm a little bit wider.
I am not a fighter, guys. I am not a fighter. I am not a violent person. I'm like all rainbows and fairies and lollipops most of the time. And I'm just like, peace, world peace. But I didn't know what to do. So my instinct was like, I'll just fucking attack her because I don't know what I was up to.
With
and
nails.
then with nails, she had literal claw marks on her neck afterwards. I remember that. And but you still wasted me every single time. I'm like, please just let me win one time. This is my TV show. And nah, you weren't having it. You absolutely weren't having it.
No, it didn't. Oh, well, I planned on it, and you actually didn't talk to me for a good couple of days after that. You're like, this is my show, it's not your show, you should have let me win. And I was like, I'm really sorry.
So funny. Okay, I find it so funny looking back. I was actually watching a couple of episodes last week for research purposes for this, and it was so weird to look back at like who I was then. And I think everybody thought I was real confident, but I was so insecure. Like, I had no confidence. And even watching myself back and watching myself talk, I'm like, there is no self-worth or self-confidence in that girl at all.
And they don't make you, I remember there was this one episode where you and your friend Julia were going to roller derby, just for an episode. And, you know, I mean, you guys look really good and you're walking down and the voiceover was, you know, keen to lose a couple of kilos. Kate and Julia are going to roller derby. I was like, I don't ever recall there being any conversation about wanting to lose weight, mate.
It's not why I went at all. Yeah,
and,
but
I mean, I'm an insecure person as well. And one of the things they did, because I told my family I was going to be on this show, I was like, you know, watch it. Me and Kate have a jelly wrestle. And they decided that the only thing they were going to show in the shorts for that episode was a zoom in of my big fat white ass. Hanging out over the jelly, and they played it on repeat like at least 3 times in the hour, over and over and over again. I was like, man, my nana's watching. So I do regret sort of doing that, but I mean, how many people can say that they got to be on TV?
I know. And do you know what? It's really funny. Okay, there is this one comment that someone posted on that photo, and they said something like how absolute trash I am, and like just how embarrassing for me, and saying, imagine when she looks back one day and how much she's going to regret putting this stuff out there. And I'm like, I have done so fucking well for myself, and I'm super proud that I didn't get sucked into all that bullshit of like thinking I wasn't good enough, and you know, staying where I was and staying stuck and just having no confidence. Like, I grew so much, and I laugh at all these people's comments because I'm like, I have come out the other side such a better person. I have absolutely no regrets. Like, I'm so glad that I did it. Like, who cares? Who fucking cares? Like, look at me go now. I just think it's so funny.
I just want to say, you're not everybody hated you. There was one guy very intent on having his own Kate Mate show. He started a Facebook page, Bring Back Kate Mate. He was dedicated.
He was so dedicated.
I mean, I shared the shit out of that page, but I just didn't tell anybody because it was a little bit funny. Bring Back Kate Mate. If you're interested, the page is still online.
It is. Because Shall we bring back Kate Mate?
Should we bring back Kate Mate? I call you Kate Mate still now, even though you don't really go by that name anymore, but it's just so catchy. And I've noticed a lot of people, actually, some people that are friends with ours are called Kate, are starting to call themselves Kate Mate.
I know. So,
you know,
I've noticed that too. We've definitely started something major fans.
And actually, I don't think I ever told you this, but I had a friend, and one of her friends had sent her a picture. Now, she didn't know you and she didn't know me. And it was a picture of this chick dressed up like, and I want to say it looked like drag, but it was meant to look like drag. And she had gone to Kate Mate to a Halloween party.
Oh my God, what? I didn't know that.
So that's a little bit famous.
Oh my God, I'm like a Halloween character. How cool.
Yeah. Apparently you look like drag.
I'm just looking at some of these comments.
There's some good ones on there.
Oh, yeah. So TV2 is encouraging drinking, driving, girls looking and behaving like hookers. Wait till these trolls grow up and can't show their faces in public. Teeth falling out and everything sagging. Ooh. Thanks, Kelly Bryant. That was really, really, really lovely of you.
You had a boyfriend the whole episode, the whole series. Yep. Your teeth look great. Yeah. So I don't know what she's on about.
Neither.
And when you've got sagging skin, who really cares about the tattoos? Just in sagging anyway.
I know.
There was also one that said, "Ooh, I want to punch her," and her annoying voice.
First of all, how the fuck do you punch? How do you punch a voice for a start?
Thanks, Donna Murphy. We're naming and shaming today.
Yes.
Kelly Harrison, tragic and trashy. Looked like a soaked rabbit. To be fair, your hair did look rather soaked.
Yeah.
But you're at the burnouts.
I mean, to be fair, also, my lip used to be like this.
Well, actually, no, they didn't. But when you were laughing or smiling, it did pop up a little bit. But mine's the same.
Anyway, I love my lips now, and I'm like, whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
Right, what other ones were they? Oh, there was the tattoo comp, which I did. There was also.
And you won, actually.
No, I didn't. I didn't win that one. It wasn't that one. I did, but I think it was, yeah, I wasn't even, it's so funny because I wasn't even in the top 3, and they go, like, zoom in on my face when they, like, read out the winners, and I look so upset. I genuinely thought, I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck? How did I not win? I genuinely thought I literally thought I was going to win. And I was like, I'm so clever. I'm wearing like my bra and my undies instead of my bikini in the bikini round. Like, I'm really smart and clever. I'm like putting myself out there different from the other people. So
yeah, everybody's different.
Yeah, I know.
And then after Bogans, I mean, people were asking to take photos with you on the street. It was a really fun time, I think.
Yeah. I loved it. Like,
who doesn't want to be famous?
So many people. Like, so many people don't want to be famous. But I can't even explain it. I just love it. I loved it when people come up to me and ask my photo and ask my autograph and said that they loved me. Like, it's such a cool feeling. And we're in New Zealand. It's not like I'm going to get harassed by the fucking paparazzi. Like, it's not a big deal.
No, but that would have been cool.
Oh, I would have loved that. I actually got a message from this girl just before we jumped on, and I wanted to read it because I thought it was real cool. She goes, "Girlfriend, you got to mention the followers who have watched you bloom from those days. We see you, we watch you grow to take the lead and lead the charge like a phoenix from the ashes. The girl I saw on Bogans all those years ago, first the girl who we see on Instagram every day, that's the ashes you rose from, and look at you now. That's important. You're a boss bitch. You already know that. This is a sign to tell you, yes, this is your story." I was like, how cool is that? Because I forget that there's people that literally have been watching me from like 5 years ago.
I know, that's such a long time.
Like, I have changed so much in the last 5 years. I've lived in so many different places. I've been in so many different relationships. Like, they've been on this journey with me for so long. Yeah, relationships isn't my strong suit, but we will talk about that in a whole nother episode, won't we?
We've got some doozies.
Oh my God, so many. I can't wait to actually do that one. It's going to be so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, even I've got some good ones of that, and I've only had like 2 boyfriends.
I've got some fucking amazing stories. Like, this shit that you have been through with men, or some 2 men or whatever, like, you wouldn't even, it doesn't even seem real.
No, it'd make a great television show. I always say that.
Absolutely.
I remember every time you used to have a bad breakup, I'd be like, can I write about it? Can I write about it? And like the TV show I'm going to do, because these are really great. I'm really sorry for your horrible life at the moment, but can I write about it?
Oh, honestly, I've always been in relationships, all like ever since I was old enough. So there's been a lot of breakups, a lot. But anyway, we'll save that for that episode.
Yes, we will.
And anyway, what else?
I think when it comes to Bogans, because how long were you recording for? Because I remember they got annoyed at you once for dyeing your hair. Do you remember that? Because they're like,
God.
oh, it's not gonna match up now. You know, you had blonde hair, now you got brown hair.
Yeah, I found that. I found a photo of that exact fucking day. So this is a story. They did not want me to dye my hair through the whole season because in case they needed to go back and like refilm footage from other episodes that they missed out or whatever. Me being me, I was like, no one fucking tells me what to do. I'm dyeing my hair brunette. So I dyed my hair brunette halfway through the season. And then they were like, what the fuck, Kate? We need to film the stuff from when you were blonde. So they made me put in blonde extensions and wear a beanie so that it looked like I was still blonde. But here is the funny part. They were due to come over to my house on a Saturday morning and do this filming with me wearing my blonde extensions and my beanie. I forgot all about it and I got so drunk. I was, you know, when you get so drunk to the point that you wake up and you're like, I feel amazing because you're still fucking drunk. That was me.
It's a rookie mistake.
Exactly. That was me. I woke up like in a daze to these people knocking on my door. I like open the door. I'm like, my hair is all over the shit. I'm like, my eyes haven't even opened yet. I'm like, what the fuck? They should have filmed that. I know. And then they are like, dude, we're filming. And I'm like, fuck. Okay.
Can I just say though, maybe if they paid you, you could care a little more about what your hair looked like in the morning. But you did this for free.
Exactly.
And, not enough to care, not a lot of wiggle room to be a fucking hero.
No, and they didn't exactly paint me in a good light. But they took me around the back. That sounds really bad. They took me around the back. They took me around the back and did a little bit of filming, and they never used the footage. And then I was wondering why.
Probably because it looks so bad.
I was wondering why, but then I saw the photo that they used in a newspaper article, and I was like, holy fuck. I'm like, I was so wasted. I'm like, no wonder they didn't use
You're
that
the funniest
footage.
drunk person too.
I know. I'm either really, really aggressive and angry or really happy in like the life of the party, right? You would have experienced both of those me's. I've experienced probably three. Remember that time that we had a fight downstairs?
Oh, I was talking to someone about this because we were talking about how guys fight and then they're sweet like a couple hours later because they've got the aggression out. Yeah. So I remember we're having a little play fight, we're tussling back and forth, and then I was like, I think this bitch is trying to fight me. And so it turned into a full-blown fight. I think I smashed your head into a heater. Yeah. We were rolling around on the bed. I could hear your partner at the time go, oh my God, and freak out. And I was like, we're just playing in my mind. And then I heard my friend who never really speaks up because she knows what I'm like when I'm drinking. And I just heard her go, Ruby. And I was like, oh, we need to stop. So we got up, had a hug. About to get my ass fucking handed to me. Everything was fine. And we had a hug and we thought, this is probably why guys punch each other. I know. All that honestly, out. We have had, I feel like the funniest friendship. Like we would do that all the time. We would get so mad at each other. Because we're so stubborn and control freaks. Yeah. But like, such good friends. That's what friendship is. You just don't talk for a while, get over it and come back. You don't have to end friendship. Like, I couldn't think of one single thing that I was ever mad at you about. Like I can't recall. Well, I can think of things I was mad about you about, but I can't think of it but I'm just like, oh, she's annoying kind of mad. Not like I'm gonna hold it against you for the rest of your fucking life and bring it up when I'm angry. No. I'll just bring it up sarcastically for the next 20 years. Yeah. Oh my God, so funny. Yeah, we'll actually talk about some of those fights as well because we need to also have a talk about the fight when you told me you were going to change your name to Monchi. I know. I was just thinking that. That was hilarious. You were like, no, this is not a thing. I was like, why are you naming yourself after a piece of sushi? I was so angry. I was like, I can't go into a building and be like, I represent Monchi. Like, what the fuck is that? Oh, you didn't listen to me. You did it anyway. Yeah, I did. I'm very known for that. Like if I want to do something, like try and stop me, motherfucker, because it is not happening. And I'm like, if you don't listen to me, I'm gonna get angry and not help you. That's and that is exactly what happened. Yes, but we're fine. Monchi lives. Monchi lives. Well, I don't know. We'll talk about that later. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with that. Yeah. New journey, new episode, new chapter. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having me on your very first podcast. I'm so excited to listen to all the rest because you're hilarious.
Same. Oh my God, thank you.
They're going to be so
for
funny, and I think this is going to be really popular.
I think everybody is going to fucking love this shit so much.
This is the real Kate Teresa, guys.
Yeah, I'm so excited because you guys get the smallest snippet of me on Instagram. Like, this is like the real
and
deal.
And Bogans was nothing.
Oh, nothing. There is so much more to talk about.
Nothing like Kate, yeah.
And I cannot wait to keep bringing this stuff to you guys every single week. So good. Thank you. Love you guys.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.